Welcome back to the morning show here on Arise News. Bringing us stories trending around the world now is Ayo Mairo Ese.
Thank you very much, Dr. Abati. It's still the 8th of September, and if you didn't join us at the beginning of the show earlier today at 8 o'clock, we had said today was World Actors Day. And it's especially important for us today because we have a thespian with us on set, Dr. Abati. And it was, for some people it was actually news, so you're trending that Dr. Abati is open for acting roles. I would suggested Romeo and Juliet that he would make a great lover boy or lover man. Come Romeo and Juliet. Well, let's begin what's trending with some headlines for today on international news. Gabon's military has released the deposed President Ali Bongo from house arrest, saying that he's free to leave the country on health grounds. Bongo has met with the head of United Nations office for Central Africa at his residence in Libreville. Shortly after his release, he was also visited by the president of the Central African Republic. In sports, Akwa Ibom State Governor Umo Eno has visited the national men's football team ahead of their AFCON game against Sao Tome and Principe on Sunday. Eno welcomed them to the state and assured them of his support. Super Eagles coach Jose Peseiro and captain Troost Ekong presented the team's jersey to the governor and assured him of a good performance on Sunday. And finally, in entertainment, Nigerian megastar Burna Boy has made the soundtrack list for the NBA 2K24. In the just-released soundtrack list for the NBA 2K24 console, Burna Boy was listed among the artists whose songs would make up the soundtrack. Since enjoying international success in 2018 with his single Yay, Burna Boy has gone on to become one of Africa's most successful artists. Well, we have stories from Gabon, we have our Super Eagles facing Sao Tome and Principe on Sunday, and of course, congratulations to Burna Boy himself. He's been breaking records, number one on the UK charts, the first Nigerian to gain that feat and just hitting, even though he's saying some things that are offending Nigerians. Well, let's take another story as we begin what's trending in proper. Reactions have trailed comments made by the Minister for Women Affairs, Uju Kennedy Ohaneye, during the 2023 Anambra Investment Summit on Thursday, where she emphasized the importance of involving children in urban development. Uju Kennedy Ohaneye cited successful examples from other countries such as China, where children contribute to production, leading to enhanced urban growth. She advocated for local production of essential items like matchboxes, toothpicks, cotton buds, and sanitary pads, adding that Fridays should be used as free days for children to start producing things just like they do in China. Let's take a look.
I am pleading with Nigeria as a whole, with my governor and the Anambra State, that we need to change the narratives of how we've been doing that, our development goal. The way we've been doing it before has not been working. And I feel when you're doing something, it's not working, you change the narrative, you change the style. I am pleading for us to look into more production of some of these things in our society, especially the necessities like the matchbox, the toothpick, the cotton bud, the sanitary pads, and stuff like that. Let us introduce urban development in the schools. If we can think about using Fridays as free for our children to start producing things just like they do in China.
Very curious one there. Before I come to the studio, let's take some reactions from social media. This is from I am Ilemona. The solution to drug abuse is child labor. The solution to insecurity is child labor and reduced school hours. In 2023, when children across the world are being taught digital skills, a minister is advocating that our children should be sent to labor camps. Rufai.
Minister Uju, you got this wrong. The shocking thing is also that you're a lawyer and you should know better as regards child labor. And China in any way, shape or form should not be used as a standard, because if you also look at it, we've had crisis around children and child labor in China and other parts, Bangladesh and the likes. And these things are wrong, because children at a very early age need to grow in the first place. So what they need is love, care, mentoring, and being able to get their supplements. And Madam Minister, in case you don't know, 1 million Anambra children were targeted to receive vitamin A supplements from UNICEF. The truth is, there's so much problems with children in Nigeria. UNICEF reports that most of them do not get their supplements to be able to grow appropriately. So you can't use children that have stunted growth in the first place for even your child labor that you talk about, because they've not been able to grow effectively. So they have problems with growth and supplements. They have problems with nutrition. Most Nigerian children are malnourished. Is it the same Nigerian children where they say that we have the largest out-of-school children in the world? And those are the children you don't want to attend school on Friday so that they can do child labor for you. But we have the largest out-of-school children in the world. Dear Madam, we will not want that. What we want is that we should even put the children more in schools, because there are many children out there that don't have schools to go to, nobody to cater to them. And they are being born every day. So probably, Ma, I would also like you to recommend for you to go and read the recent UNICEF reports on nutrition in children in Nigeria. And when you see how dire the fact is that children cannot even adequately get nutrition, not so that their brains will grow effectively, and you are talking about putting them in labor to develop the society, that's not going to work, Ma. So read that report on child nutrition. Let us work as regards how you can use your ministry to support UNICEF. UNICEF needs a lot of help as regards child nutrition, to be able to give them little pellets of supplements and things like that. Then when we do all of that, when they now grow into adults of working age, then they will contribute effectively to the country. Not to also say that I've seen a lot of other your charity works. I know you have a heart for humanity, but on this, you did not get it right. And I think you need to read more and study more to be able to understand the context of the problems around. Thank you so much, and I hope you take this.
All right. Well, Dr. Bati,
Yes.
Nigerian government has validated a national plan to eliminate child labor by 2025. So this is quite interesting, and the Minister of Women Affairs is asking that we have children work on Fridays as part of the contribution.
Okay, as part of the law. Part of the objective of the Child Rights Act is to check child labor and forceful employment of children. Section 28, subsection 1 and 2 of the Child Rights Act of Nigeria frowns upon any idea of engaging children in any form of employment, whether it's street work or urban development that the minister is talking about, and in fact prescribes penalty for forceful employment of children or economic manipulation of Nigerian children, which is a fine of 50,000 or imprisonment for a term of 5 years or both. So the minister is treading on a very dangerous grounds by recommending child labor as state policy. That's number one. Number two is that she thinks that it's children not studying on Fridays, being engaged in production, industrial economic production on Fridays to produce toothpick, matchboxes, sanitary pads. The same things that, the Nigerian government and even the private sector cannot produce, given the economic realities in which we have found ourselves. The manufacturing sector is complaining about forex, is complaining about, other factors of production, is complaining about, an enabling environment. So it is school children that should abandon their books and produce toothpick and matchboxes. How reasonable is that? How is it possible? This was how one minister the other time said the objective of his ministry will be to produce pencils. We are still waiting for those magical pencils that they wanted to produce. Number three, the comparison with China just shows complete ignorance. So, those people who have recommended that Ujo Haneye should probably be renamed the Minister of Child Labor Enforcement. May well be right, because she's focusing more on child labor enforcement. Number four, quickly, just to wrap up, is that, look, when President Tinubu appointed these 45 ministers, I made a point on this program that these people should be given proper instruction, proper training. There should be a ministerial retreat, because many of these ministers don't understand what their portfolio is all about. They have no idea, and they don't have people around them who can explain it to them. This is the consequence of this, putting ignorant people together in the room and refusing to draw their attention to the right things. Okay, she's Minister of Women Affairs. She's talking about urban development by children. I mean, how wrong-headed can that possibly be? And the scandal of it is that she had the confidence to say it in public. So please, these ministers need a retreat. I know the Tinubu administration is dealing with a lot of things. Can they quickly organize a retreat? Bring people together who are subject area experts, who can assist them, and also make available to them documents, existing documents on state policy, that they should focus on, instead of people just talking about children producing matchboxes, children producing toothpick. Okay, she probably will come forward and say she was quoted out of context and that journalists didn't record that very well. Wonders never stop happening in this environment.
Well, we watched it live because it was at the Anambra Investment Summit, which was broadcast live. So it was very difficult to find out how she would extricate herself. But like has been recommended, further reading, training, and perhaps that minister's retreat. Let's end what's trending today, showing a video of a tricycle transporting a large cow tied at the back in Delta State. Earlier it brought, very curious pictures and videos on the streets of different states in Nigeria. Let's see that video here.
Who tried this cow? Who tried this cow like this? Who tried this number? Let's look at this cow now.
Well, wow. As I said, wonders shall never end.
That's
but let us end today with something real.
Yeah.
Which is the celebration of Tokunbo Oyetunji.
Come up.
Senior correspondent with Arise News.
Look,
50 today. Where is Tokunbo Oyetunji? Please step up, come to the studio.
Anything close to 50.
Good to see you, bro.
You are 50. I can't see your tummy. When you are 50, you have the right to develop small tummy.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday
You look 40.
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. For he's a jolly good fellow.
For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow.
And so say all of us.
No, don't speak Yoruba. Anyway, thank you very much. Congratulations to Tokunbo Oyetunji. And that's all on today's edition of The Morning Show.